Hello, hello, LODE users. Good morning. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well wherever you are in the planet. We are scattered throughout um, North America and Argentina. So we have with us Dan. Dan Schaefer is our lead support and communications um, officer. We have Paul Talbot. He is our Vault Master and admin in LODE. And we also have Augusto, our tech lead and blockchain developer. So good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning.
Hey, everyone.
Good morning.
And Paul is going to have limited connectivity because he's coughing. He's a little bit sick, so he'll be behind the scenes, but he'll step in if need be. So we're going to wait for other members, and hopefully we can get them soon. So we are going to give them 5 minutes. In the meantime, Dan, Augusto, Paul, if you want to say something to the crowd.
Okay, maybe I'll go first if that's okay.
Go ahead.
I basically I'm the face behind support, and basically do tech support, wallet support, account support, all that, and investor relations. So if there's anything I can do to help with that, by all means, come in to support. And really, the AMA that we're putting on here today is to help really give members an opportunity to come in and participate in a live event, so that they're not having to come into the support inbox. So that's I think this is going to be a format that we're going to utilize more often in the future, and I kind of look forward to that.
Augusto, go ahead.
Well, hello, everyone. I am, yes, as the tech lead and blockchain developer at LODE. We are here to sort out some of your doubts regarding the latest innovations and the latest features that we have released. Here in particular, we will be talking about LTC, right? I know you have gathered some doubts regarding this process, and we are eager to answer to any of your questions. So let's open this space for checks and for any inquiries.
Perfect. Paul, cough, cough.
Yeah, excuse me if I burst into coughing. Obviously the main subject here is going to be the migration to LTC. Just so you know, we currently have migrated approximately 17 million LODE tokens to LTC. So the vast majority of the migration has been done. And now we just need to get the feedback from you to see, one, if you're having issues, two, if you haven't seen your LTCs, and three, to check and see whether or not the LTCs have actually been sent to you.
Sounds good. And, we're going to, let's dive in right now, 5 minutes past. Let's go straight into the meat of this webinar. We have here the top reason why we're doing this. As Paul said, we want to make sure that we help you to cross the finish line and get all your LTCs into your wallets. That's what we want to do in this meeting. And this is something that you will have to do directly in your wallet. If you have your phone or your desktop device handy, and you can make sure that you actually do these things that we're going to be doing today, it will be great. So you know for sure that you're doing the proper steps to get this done. The first reason, as you see here, that we have some top reasons why some members have not received or don't see their LODE tokens. Number one is instead of lodewallet.com, which has been the official wallet for about a year now, instead of using that, you are using the old AGX Pay or LODE Pay app wallet. In some cases, and for those of you that have been here 6 years and they have not been in the loop, as Richard was saying in the comments, It's because members have probably even what's it called a paper wallet, right? So in some cases, people that has been with the company with the load that long is been having issues. So let's make sure that you use loadwallet.com. That's the one and only that we have to use. Advantage of this one is that you can use it in a desktop device, tablet, mobile device, internet cafe, anywhere, right? And this is a great place for you to be. So start with that one. Number two, you probably have the proper load account and login, but you do not have the original wallet, the wallet that you set up in the first place 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago. This could be either intentionally because your wallet was hacked, or unintentionally because you went to the setup new wallet by mistake and you created a new set of public addresses. So we want to make sure that we help you to get back to where you are. Another issue is that you have not set up your airdrop address in the menu settings. Paul and the Vault team needs this address, so whenever they send assets, they send to that address. So you might have an address in your wallet, but it's not registered in your airdrop, or is an old one. So we want to show you graphically what we mean by that. And the fourth one is that you are going to the old load members portal, which is the load members.load.one, and you think that that's the one that you should use. That's legacy technology. We moved away from that one and we do everything through the loadwallet.com. We have your profile in there, we have your load ID in there, we have your airdrop and payout address in there. So everything is in loadwallet.com now. So some of you that are coming back after a long sleep, then welcome back. So this is where we started. Before going into the media section, I want to pass the mic to Dan and give us his impressions from the front lines. What have you seen, Dan, in the front lines? And perhaps some of you are going to relate. Go ahead, Dan.
So a lot of what I'm seeing is basically people just having to update to the latest wallet, the loadwallet.com web wallet. This is what we're using for our Web3 platform, and it's a transition, is what it is. And of course, the other important thing is that people are using the original 12-word recovery phrase, which is tied to their assets. Some people have accidentally created, another set of 12 words. The really, really important part is that you never discard your 12 words. You keep track of them, you protect them. They're like an estate document, really. And so, there's a transition here. We're going from older wallets to the latest wallet, and for the most part, the majority of people are really good with that. And there's the odd one, but for the most part, it's okay. So.
Good. Augusto is in the, thank you, Dan. Augusto is in the tech side and he's assisting Paul with the physical transfers. So, Augusto, please let us know what you have seen out there.
In terms of issues, or in terms of how?
In terms of the process, how you do it and how it is done.
Pretty much it works the following way. If you see one of the top reasons listed there, the third reason is once you are in the load wallet, right, you need to set up your airdrop address, right? That setup is crucial for us because we are able to see for each load user what the destination address for the LTC should be, right? We have our internal database where we can match up load users with their addresses, right? And provided that we know what your balance is on Hyperledger, we are minting and transferring you the very same amount in LTC, right? That's how the process runs, right? So provided that it works this way, you should be able to see once the airdrop is rounded up, you should be able to see in that exact address the amount of LTC, right? That is on a broad scope how this works in the backend, right? We match up your load ID to your load balance on Hyperledger and your destination address, and we transfer you the corresponding amount of LTC, on the Avalanche network. That must be cleared out, right?
Perfect. Yes. Paul, any brief comment? You're, yeah.
Yeah, some of the issues that we've been having have been where clients do have a registered AVAX address and in our system, but then for whatever reason, when they're either opening the lodewallet.com address, they're not doing it correctly and restoring. They're basically opening a new wallet, and then they are registering the new AVAX address into the system. Well, this causes an issue because if the LTCs have been issued on the original address, then they're not going to show in the wallet. So this is something that we're working on addressing, and hopefully in the next week or so, we will be able to solve these issues.
Okay, perfect. So let's dive in, guys. Let's keep moving. We're going to show you what we have here. We have, I'm going to bring just a couple wallets. Okay. I'm going to show you what we mean by all of that. Before doing that, I'm going to share this with you. So everybody is starting in this place. So what I'm sharing with you right now is the natural progression of the wallet. And those of you that have experience with the load wallet, please forgive me. I want to do this for the people that is just lost, that they don't know exactly what we mean by avalanche address, airdrop address, Syscoin address, and what we like. I'm just going to try to bring everybody up to the same place and start from there. So because what we see in the wallets is going to be basically a reflection of that. So the natural progress of the load wallet has been something like this. Back in the day, like some of you that started early with load, early adopters, you created a load account with a user email, password, and a load ID. This happened way at the beginning, before we even had a load wallet. Before we even had load tokens, many members had a load ID back in the day. This one basically allowed you later to have your load tokens in Hyperledger. When the load tokens were minted back in 2000, late 2018, 2019, we had your load tokens in Hyperledger minted and deposited into your load account. So that was the first step. Some of you members that came later, this was all transparent to you. You did this in one step. The next step that we did was to actually activate Vault wallets. So we activated Vault wallets or load wallets and secure. At this point, you secure your 12 words recovery phrase. At this point is when you actually, everybody had a 12-word recovery phrase, and this goes back 6 years. So what happened with these 12 words, many of us and many of the members here in the group, they have their original 12 words that they created 6 years ago, right? And this has been the intention that everybody has the same 12 words throughout the whole process. And I'm going to show you what has happened after you have the 12 words. The first wallet that we released was the AGX Pay wallet, and many of you old timers remember that nice blue and orange wallet that we had back in the day. And this was a Syscoin wallet. It only had AGX and AGUX and load tokens. That's the only thing it had. Okay, so at this point, this Syscoin was the network that we decided to go for, and that give you a Syscoin public address, which is the one that started with Sys. This was a Syscoin address and was linked to the AGX Pay wallet. Same 12 words produce this key. The next evolution of the Load wallet was a Load Pay wallet. The Load Pay wallet carried Syscoin, but also started to have LODE Avalanche LODE running on the Avalanche network, and we had other coins like LODE AGX, AUX, GSD, SST, etc. So this was the LODE Pay wallet, and this was an app. And very soon, you will see that we also have the same Syscoin address linked to the same 12 words to the improved wallet, and you had now the Avalanche address because now we were working on with Avalanche network at the same time. And the next step in the evolution was basically the LodeWallet.com. The LodeWallet.com carries Syscoins, carries Avalanche, and carries now LTCs, as you can see here. So this is what we mean by the same 12 words recover these public addresses. Okay, if you don't have this public address in your wallet, in your wallets, then that means that you created a secondary wallet. So now let's go back to my wallets and let's show you what we have. Okay, so what you have to do here, if you guys are in your apps, you're going to go to settings, and you're going to compare this address here. This address here, this is your airdrop and payout address. In the form that we sent to you, this airdrop and payout address was required, and this is the one. Some of you copied this and pasted, but that's not what you have to do. What you have to do is click this button here, the copy button, and it's going to copy the full set of keys, not just the short version, the abbreviated version. Paul has had this issue because when he receives these addresses, he receives this short version, which members did this, copy, and paste it for Paul. But what you should have done, or you have to do, is to click on this copy button here to copy the full version of the key. Okay, this is the one thing. I'm going to stop here to give Dan the microphone and just expand a little on this one too.
So, when you are filling out your form, this is where you're going to get your airdrop, your receive address, right? And so, as Humberto has mentioned, you just click on the copy feature there icon, and then right click paste into your form. Beyond that, that's about all that comes to mind, Humberto.
Okay, so this is the airdrop and payout address. Now, this address here, guys, it has to be consistent with your actual address in your wallet. And I'm going to show you where you go. You go to Home, and now you go to the Vault Assets, and you're going to go to AVAX and check the receive. Your receive AVAX address. And you will notice that this number is consistent with the one that I just showed you. This is something that you guys have to confirm. Your receive AVAX address is your wallet recovered by 12 words, and it's different, and it has to be the same as the one that you have here in your airdrop address. I'm going to increase this one in case you don't see it. This number here, it has to be the same as this number here. Go to AVAX and go to receive, and this one here. If you guys have these two equal, they're the same, then we are in a good in a good way. So Paul, would you like to say something about this specific, because you deal with this day to day?
Yeah, yes, definitely. The one thing that everything that we're showing you today, and we're talking to you today, it all depends on whether or not you see your LTCs in your wallet. If you see your LTCs in your wallet, you do not have to do anything. The LTCs are showing in the wallet. Everything is good. You do not have to change any addresses and everything, because if you do change addresses, then they're going to disappear. So I think that's one of the most important things for people on the call today. On the list of registrants for the AMA today, I believe there was in the region of 116 registrants, and approximately 80 of those have been sent LTCs. So it is important before you do anything to double check your wallets, to click on the LODE token symbol and make sure that the LODE tokens are sitting in LTC LODE token classic and not on LODE token hyperledger.
Thanks, Paul. I just wanted to add on that. I have, like, I'm seeing people that are just looking at the asset side of the wallet, and they're still seeing that it's in LODE, when really they have to click on the icon, have the drop down menu, and then they can see if it's been transferred from Hyperledger over to LTC. So, thank you for adding that.
Yes. So now, based on what we told you, we're going to stop talking and we're going to take on the AMA now. So this was an introduction. Now I'm going to bring the questions to the platform as I see them. Good. I'm in LODE account. Let me just bring the first question. Okay, let's this one here. Well, let's start with this. Okay, right here. Can you post a reply of this video? Yes, it will be posted and distributed accordingly. So no problem with that, Jean. Olga says, when you say you don't see your LODE token, do you mean lodewallet.com or in MetaMask? I have problem with that. Okay, we are talking about lodewallet.com. Okay, and that's what we mean by saying your LODE token classics in your lodewallet.com. We are not in the MetaMask right now, and let's keep the MetaMask topic for another AMA, because that will be another kind of worms.
Sorry to jump in there,
yeah.
But that's unless people have knowingly registered their MetaMask address. If you have knowingly registered your MetaMask address, then you should see the LODE tokens in your MetaMask wallet.
Yeah, and also, Paul, if some members imported the LODE wallet into MetaMask, then they should see us also in the MetaMask. But there's the two cases. So, Olga, I hope that answers your question. So we have Larry. Yes, thank you.
That's right. Sorry, just to clarify a bit on this. If you see the very same wallet address on the LODE wallet and on MetaMask, you should be able to see the LTC balance on MetaMask as well, right? The only thing is that keep in mind that MetaMask does not show up LTC by default. You should import the token into your MetaMask wallet to see the balance, right? Because, for instance, when you switch to the Avalanche network on MetaMask, by default, you can only see your AVAX balance, right? Let's assume that that wallet address also holds USDC. What you have to do then is you have to import the USDC token into your MetaMask wallet to see your balance. It works the very same way for any token, including LTC, AUX, AGX, or the LODE token, right? Whereas on the LODE wallet, you can see by default the list of assets that we have issued, right? And their respective balances, right? That's the main difference between MetaMask and the LODE wallet. On MetaMask, you have to import the token to see the balance. Here on the LODE wallet, the tokens are displayed by default, and you can see whether you have no balance or a positive amount.
Correct. Thank you, Augusto. Matthew is asking, looks like my tokens were transferred yesterday. Is this something to discuss something else? No, at this moment, Matthew, this is all there is. We just want to make sure that you got your tokens and you can rest now. There's one here. Where do I get an Avalanche address? So, Mike, when you go to your LODE wallet, if you don't have a LODE wallet, which probably you have because you're a LODE holder, you go to your home, you go to Vault, and then you go to Avalanche. All these coins here are working on the Avalanche network, and right here is your Avalanche address. So that's what you get. Augusto, would you like to elaborate?
Sorry, the question is, where do I get an Avalanche address, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From the LODE wallet, the easy way to get the Avalanche address is the way Humberto is showing, right? Keep in mind that the Avalanche address starts with 0x, right? If it starts with 0x, it's a correct Avalanche address, and the length of the address is 42 characters, right? That's something, I mean, we usually do not count the number of characters, but a way to verify that it's a valid address is to check how many characters it has, right? Aside from that, if you plan to get an Avalanche address out of the LODE wallet, you can also pick it from MetaMask, right? But we recommend to use the Avalanche address that you are holding on your LODE wallet.
So, I'd like to add something if I could.
Yes, please go ahead.
So, if you're setting up a new wallet and now you've got the wallet established, a pop-up window is going to come up and say, "Hi, set your airdrop address," right? And so, basically, the wallet is on the Avalanche network. It's already chosen an address for you. And as you're just going through the acceptance, you're basically agreeing, yes, I want this address, no problem. You're not changing the address, right? And you're just agreeing to accepting this address. And then the button will go from orange to blue, and then you know that you're good to go. Something else having to do with, this blue button says change airdrop address. Okay. I've actually had people do that where now all of a sudden they had an airdrop address, they sent it in, and then they turned around and changed it. So we need to be careful not to do that. And we're probably going to do, I think we're going to do a wallet tutorial. We're going to walk people right through the wallet, all the features of the wallet, what to do, what not to do, unless, of course, you know what you're doing. And that's, going to be part of our educational series. So.
Thank you, Dan. We have another member asking, I have an old wallet and the keys do not work. I'll tell a couple reasons why they might not work. Number one, they're not spelled correctly. That's the number one issue. They're spelled. They must be spelled correctly. That's all I can tell you about that one. Number two, sometimes you're using uppercases in the words. That doesn't work too. And sometimes you have spaces before or after the word, so that also does not help. So those are the top three issues. But Dan, would you like to expand on this question?
No, I think you covered it.
Okay, so this one probably is for
sorry, just in Mike's. Sorry, on that last question though.
Yeah.
The keys aren't working, and he's in an old wallet. So So we would recommend, as long as he's got his 12-word recovery phrase, that he does open a lodewallet.com wallet, and and using the 12 words do a recovery as opposed to a new wallet. And once he gets his LODE wallet, then he will have access to his AVAX address.
Mm-hmm.
I just would like to just add this if I could. So, and please correct me if I'm wrong. This recording is going to go out via email, right, to the LODE user base, and I think we should add the link to the LODE wallet tutorial on how to set up the wallet, and maybe a link to the form, so that everything is there in the email. And what we're trying to do through these AMAs is trying to just divert attention away from the inbox at support over to a larger crowd on AMAs. So
thank you, Dan. Yeah. Mike Kane is asking, what is the deadline, Paul?
So basically, Mike, what's going to happen? Obviously, there's a lot of members, and we need to. There's going to be quite a few that we need to reach out and help walk through this situation. So that's going to take time. We have a limited number of people that can do this. But you do not need to worry, because once a deadline comes, and we move everything off of Hyperledger, all tokens will be escrowed. And we're working on an escrow system right now. And then what we will do is, one by one, reach out to each member that still hasn't had a migration done through, and we will deal with it on a one-by-one basis. So your tokens are not going to disappear at any deadline. The idea is that anybody that is still on low token classics, as opposed to low token, are on the low token Hyperledger as opposed to the low token classics, they will be escrowed, and we will still have all the information, the quantities and everything, and we will be able to manually do that with you individually after the fact.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. And you say something very important, like you do not need to worry, do not need to panic. We got your backs. This is the scenario that we are going to get your backs. Number one, we're going to put the escrow if any tokens have not transferred at the appropriate time because of technical difficulties. And number two is, if for whatever reason your tokens have been transferred, but they went to an old address, we're going to be doing a search and destroy kind of strategy for everybody. So Paul also and the team is going to be working on that one, and we will be there supporting them. And just basically those two reasons. No, sorry, not three. Those two reasons. Paul, is that accurate?
Yeah, that's accurate. I mean, the deadline is more because we need to be off of Hyperledger. So that is the push to try and get this done as quickly as possible. We need to move from Hyperledger, but it does not mean that any member will lose their low tokens. Everything, the low tokens will still be there, but and then we will help on a one-by-one basis get everybody transferred over to the LTC.
Thank you. Okay, Kyle, when will the full migration be completed from Hyperledger to the LTC? The end of the month, Paul?
We're aiming for the end of the month is what we're trying to do. Again, that also, once we've got the escrow and everything in place, that is the most important part, because we need to have somewhere to move people's low tokens to if they haven't already been migrated to LTCs. But the end of the month is the goal at the moment.
And David says that yeah, the apps are not being used, and that's true. And then we have reasons for that one, and basically we have not come to terms with Apple when it comes to sharing percentages with them on the trading features or anything that is purchased or sold in the app. So we need to sort a few things with them first before getting back into the app world. However, this LODEWallet.com has proven to be very reliable and widely distributed, because a lot of members have asked us, and not a few, a lot have asked us to have a desktop solution that they can use because they don't want or they don't have a phone. So this works as well. Josh, will this presentation be repeated? Yes, we will distribute the contacts. Let me get this other one right here.
Well, that's a double question almost. It's like you've agreed to the airdrop address, and now there's a green check mark, but it depends what address you sent us, right? And so members need to be careful. There's a heightened sense of awareness as to what address you're sending in, because if all of a sudden you're sending it to MetaMask, or you've got something else, an Avalanche address, because Avalanche is just a network, and there's all these different platforms that participate on the network, and they're issued addresses. And so, if that's the address you sent us, then yeah, then you're good.
And I want to add then also that if you guys have more than one set of 12 words, you keep them. Don't discard them.
Yeah.
Just because you have a new one, please do not discard those words, because sometimes you probably made a mistake and you create a new wallet, and then you say, okay, I have new set of words. The other one, chuck them. And
Yeah.
those probably were the words that you needed to recover your original one. So please do not discard any 12 words, because that's going to help you. And Travis, just please do this. Confirm that your airdrop address is the same as in your vault, okay? Do that in your phone right now and make sure that it's the same. Go to AVAX and go to receive, and compare this one to the one in your airdrop, okay? That's what you can do for now, and then we'll catch up with you later.
So, I just want to add to the multiple 12 words. What I recommend to people is that you keep a kind of a proper record. You date the 12 words. You put a note, like say, use these are the original, or on your second set, make a note. Accidentally created this set and date it, right? So that when it goes into your folder, your estate folder, or what have you, your crypto folder, it could be 6 to 12 months before you revisit that. And all of a sudden, oh, notes. And it refreshes your memory, and you're not guessing. You kind of have an idea which one to use.
Thank you. Okay, Dennis. Dan, see if you're going to take this on too.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you want to restore your original LODE wallet. That's right. And so that's kind of, we revisited the wallet here about 6 months ago, and kind of tightened it up a bit. It's sitting on a back burner right now. We're waiting for some of these really A1 priority stuff that the tech team is working on to kind of get that behind us, and then we'll revisit the wallet and schematic layout. So yes, you do want to restore your wallet. You don't want to create a new wallet, because that'll give you another set of 12 words, right? And as soon as you see you're being given a new set of 12 words, close the tab and just reach out to support, and then we can walk you through it. The important part is that you've kept your original 12 words. That's really the most important, and that'll make your day.
Great. I only have LODE tokens on Hyperledger, so not yet LTCs. Okay, we're
I
getting there.
that.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the main question, or the main thing, is that have you set up your lodewallet.com web wallet, right? And only using that. So if you've done that, and like I say, when we do send out this link to this recording, we're going to embed the tutorial there, and you can review it because it shows you how to do the entire wallet setup. And so that would be my answer to that. And then once you've got your lodewallet.com set up, then it's a matter of just making sure you're clear about your Avalanche address. There'll be a link to the form. You fill out the form, and then once we get the form, okay, it's just a matter of then us processing them in batches. And Paul's got a lot on his plate, but he does get to. Well, Paul and Augusto, they do get to them, and really the bulk of them are done. And so now we should be able to stay on top of it. So yeah.
So here we have how long does it take to transfer Hyperledger to Avalanche? I see my LODE tokens under Hyperledger, and same. We already answered that one. They're working. I have, see that one. I have an AGX amount on LODE.1.
Yeah. So this is where your AGX are residing on your previous 12 words, on your original 12 words, or on the 12 words where you bought those AGX, right? And so I have members that have created the wallet. They got original 12 words, threw them out. And then I had a guy created 4 wallets, okay? And we got really lucky. we found his 18,000 USD of AGX on the second wallet. Okay, if he'd have had him on the first wallet, there would have been nothing I could have done about that. So this is I had a meeting this morning with a fellow in Mauritius, and same thing. He lost his 12 words, and so I prepared him, for a loss of all his assets. So.
Okay, so one thing, Dan, if I may add, there are still very few people, and Paul can attest for this too, that have the AGX in the old Hyperledger. Okay, this is for old timers, probably 5 years ago. So those AGX in Hyperledger will be also transferred. We are still developing the procedure how that's going to happen and the protocols, but those AGX are going to be screenshotted and set aside. So we will get to that one. Paul, I don't know if you have any comments to this question about AGX in Hyperledger. They are not going to transfer right now, but
no, they won't transfer right now. But again, whether it's LODE tokens, AGX, AUX, anything that's sitting on a Hyperledger will be escrowed. So yes. It will not disappear. It may disappear off your wallet, so it doesn't show on your wallet. In which case, you can contact support, and we will work with you on getting that fixed. But yeah, just be rest assured that nothing is disappearing and going out into the ether. The whole idea of for any move, whether it be the LODE tokens, AGX or AUX, is that everything will be escrowed, and we will deal with it on a one-by-one basis as members reach out.
Thank you. Domingo, I'm still on the old members portal. How do I get a wallet? Domingo, you go to lodewallet.com, as you see here on the screen right there. Lodewallet.com. You're going to set up a wallet, but you're going to utilize your 12 words to recover your original wallet. So make sure that you do this. If you have any issues, please don't hesitate in reaching out to us.
So the other important thing there, is that you're logging in and restoring your wallet. Okay. And so if all of a sudden you find yourself with another set of 12 words, close the tab and just retry it. But like I say, there's going to be a link to a tutorial in email that goes out with this replay here. So.
Okay, I have another one here. I think, Augusto, do you make sense of this question? How do I fix an avalanche offline and on version 3.0?
Does it appear right now as offline? That is a thing. We have like an external service connected to the wallet that provides us the connection to Avalanche, right? And that is a status that we receive from this provider, right? It should be online right now. Let me check. But in case, whenever it shows offline, we are the ones setting it back online every single time. So there's nothing on your side that you can do to turn it from off to online, right? My question, Ron, would be: do you still see it offline? I mean, it hasn't switched back to online. Because if so, it should be an issue on your wallet, on the download of your wallet, right? It should be online by now.
And I've seen that as well, where for whatever reason, some wallet firmware has become corrupted, and we basically had to, get the user to open up Chrome and reload the wallet on Chrome, and then they could dedicate Chrome, to their wallet because they're on Firefox or Brave or what have you. And so sometimes, that I've seen it a half a dozen times, where now all of a sudden the wallet's corrupt and you have to redo it.
For the next question, I have Mike. I copied the QR code. Now what? For this, I would like to get Paul's assistants to look into his files, into his documents, to see if Mike Gaines' LTCs had transfer or if you have the previous address. In the meantime, I'm going to continue. So Paul searches your status, Mike, and then we'll get back to you. This one here, right there. Where can I learn about security enhancement of this new system? I have some comments, and Augusto can help me on this one also. But we are at this point. At this point, yes, the load tokens are going into your computer. It's not in your computer. It's just on your loadwallet.com, and it's not actually residing on your computer. But it's one thing that we're working on is a hardware wallet solution that works for you. So we're testing and going over the ones that give us the best results, so you can have a hardware or cold storage solution for your load tokens. Augusto, Paul, if you guys want to add on, please feel free to.
The one thought that comes to mind, I'll just add this, is that
Yes.
It's loadwallet.com. What you're doing is you're going to a website and you're restoring your wallet, account on the website. And this is like we've moved away from apps. We're moving away. The member portal is looking to be on a back burner, so to speak. And now it's just going to a website and restoring your wallet.
Regarding off-chain solutions, of course, you can of course naturally use either Ledger, Trezor, or any other hardware wallet to store your LTCs. That you can definitely do. That is an option. It's a valid option.
Okay, so we have this one.
Sorry,
now.
just
Go ahead.
before you jump in there, just to get back to Mike Kane. His LT, no, he hasn't been sent his LTCs yet. And when I check, he doesn't have any addresses registered with us.
Okay.
So he should be good to go if he opens a loadwallet.com
Yeah, Mike, if you
supplies that AVAX address.
Right. If you were able to make it this far and you copy the address, okay, what you do now, Mike, is go back to your menu. Go to your menu, settings, and then you're going to click this button here, set up your airdrop address. Okay, and you're going to click that one and then continue. You're going to say yes. I'm going to click on sign, enter your password, and then you're going to confirm that you transfer your token. So that's what you need to do, Mike. If you have any issues, don't hesitate in reaching out to support, and we'll help you to cross the finish line. However, that's what you need to do for now. Now let's go back to Joyce. This is Joyce. We totally get you. It's something that is probably daunting and not easy at the beginning, but once you cross the finish line, you will feel much better. What I do offer to you, and whether Dan or myself, we can have a one-on-one video conference with you, and we can help you to cross the finish line. So it's the best we can do, and I think that by screen sharing we can help you and guide you on what needs to be done. So just give us the opportunity, reach out to Dan or myself in support, or email, and we'll get you set up. Dan?
Yeah, it almost sounds to me like you might be on an older wallet, and you just have to need to come up to date on the loadwallet.com. And like Hum says, if you're struggling with this, it's possible, just reach into support through the chat icon, and we'll take it from there.
So for those of you that want to reach support, you can do so by going to support.load.one. Okay, and then you're going to search for article. For example, you go for load contracts, and then you're going to see what are the load contract addresses. This is to answer Olga. Olga, go to support.load.one, enter for load contracts, and you will see all the contracts that we have here, including LTCs. Augusto, if you want to add on to something, but I think this is very straightforward.
Regarding that, the LTC, if that's the LTC contract, right? The steps to add it are straightforward, as Humberto has particularly mentioned the word. You need just to, there is a section within MetaMask where you can check, it says import tokens, right? You just have to paste the LTC address. The remaining information is automatically filled by MetaMask, right? And it also automatically checks what your balance is, and you will be able to display it once you click on OK.
Thank you. Thank you. James, yeah, a hardware wallet, we explain about what we want to do, and yes, it can be combined. Rick Todd is asking, he's asking me to set up an address. What am I supposed to use? I guess probably we need to get more clarification on this, and unless you guys can read the question.
Well, the thought that comes to mind is the airdrop address button orange or is it blue? If it's orange, then you're going to just walk through accepting the address that the wallet has given you. If it's blue, you've already set the address, right? It's already set. So that would be my advice there.
I guess for more information, then please reach out to support, Rick. Here we have Grant. Be sure to have your latest version of the LODE wallet. That's correct, and balances are up to date. And just also, guys, to let you know, the LODE wallet.com is dynamically updated every time that there is a push of a new version. It goes for everybody, and I guess that's yeah. Augusto, if you want to elaborate, because you're on the wallet side, but the version in the LODEwallet.com is always the latest.
Well,
that's right. Yes. Sorry, Dan. Yes.
I just want to add that that's one of the first things I check when someone is presenting me with issues. We just basically go to settings, and then far right is app info. You click on that, and if it's anything below 3.4.114 or higher, okay, then you've got either a corrupted version of a wallet, or you've got an old wallet, or you're on an app, or there's something going on there. You're not on the latest wallet, right? So you're checking your app version, and like I say, 3.4.114 is the latest one right now, and that's what you're looking for.
Okay, then we have here, is Lo still working on the transfer we sent? Yes, Robert. Yeah, we have been explaining that this is a work in progress, and we have a deadline just probably by the end of the month. But just keep looking at your balances the moment they transfer. In the meantime, make sure that you do have your airdrop address and your wallet address even, that they are the same, and we can help you with that as well. What processing was with? We are comfortable with Chrome. We have good results with Brave too. Safari sometimes gives us issues. Sometimes, depending on the version of Safari that you're using, just always make sure that you have your browsers up to date. But for the most part, we recommend Chrome. Augusto is our chief tech, and he can elaborate on this.
Actually, Chrome is the default recommendation, but you should try out some other browsers and just to check that it works as expected, right?
Yep. Mohammed, AGX, yeah, we'll take care of AGX later. We will make sure that we screenshot and we transfer any AGX hyperledger in the wallet to your wallet. Grant, be sure your device the latest OS, of course. David, Chrome works best.
Mm-hmm.
This one here, done. Yeah, you can use Brave if you want to. Brave also has giving us good results. I don't know, Dan, what's your opinion on
Well, I think that's about it. Like, I mean, I've got Brave. I use Brave, but I also use Chrome. And, some people use Edge and I guess a Windows product. And really, there's no real difference between Windows and Apple because all we're doing is we're restoring the wallet on a website. So, right, for the most part, Chrome is our go-to, but we've had others and they work.
Yep.
Yeah, I just
So
like
we,
to say that. I mean, personally, I work mostly on Chrome, but I have Chrome wallets and I have Safari wallets, and I've never had an issue.
yep. Yeah, if you have the latest version of Safari, shouldn't have any issues. Some members have versions that 2 or 3 years old, and there's some updating that you need to do. Just like Grant said, make sure that your OS and your browsers are up to date.
Yeah. I can answer this one, Hum.
Yeah, please do.
So, for some reason, and I don't know why, I've been seeing a lot more requests regarding 2FA. And they can't access the wallet because now they got 2FA request and they never activated it or something's changed where now they can't get past the 2FA. So the reply to that is I need to see you holding up your ID next to your face, okay? And then I need a shot of the ID, and then you send that in to me, and then I can disable 2FA on my end once I confirm it's you. Because imagine someone's trying to get around 2FA, and so I need to know it's you. And then the other thing is that you actually want to activate 2FA because of the nature of the environment we find ourselves in these days. Like I've been just noticing so much scamming and so much, deception about people or entities claiming that they're this thing and they're not, right? So there really is a requirement to be more aware about what's going on in your phone, your computer, right? And another thing too, I had one yesterday where the fellow says, hi, keeps asking me for 2FA and I put in 8 digits and it says, sorry, I need 6. Well, what happened was they had a Windows authenticator that had 8 and it's a Google authenticator that we're looking for. And so we have a little tutorial around that as well, but it's the Google authenticator you want.
Okay. And yeah, reach out to support and we'll help you to get that set up. Probably what we need to do is, as Dan said, just want to disable it and then you can enable again. But we need to run through the specifics of proving who you are, right? So then we have here Kipper, the others are saying now. Okay, you're fully set up, Kip, and then all good.
So
Thomas.
I just go back to the previous one there, please.
Yeah.
No, prior to that. Okay. So you need to click on receive and it'll give you the QR code and address.
Yeah, if for whatever reason you're not seeing it, I think that if I read your question correctly, is because you went there, and Tom is asking me to go slower on the click, so I'll do that. So this is what you would do, Joyce. Go to your Vault right here, the blue button, click on Vault, and then go to your AVAX, and then you're going to click on this one here, right there. That's one way. The other way is go to the receipt button down below, and then you should see this QR code and this one. If you don't see the QR code, there should be probably a browser issue. So make sure that you're on lodewallet.com on any preferred browser, up to date, preferably Chrome, and you should see it. However, you don't need it right now. You just click copy address, and there's the same effect. You copy address in your clipboard. Now you go to Home, go to Settings, and make sure that is the same address here. If it's not, click the button that says change. But let's wait until you do that, and we want to have a one-on-one conversation with you, so we help you to get familiar and set up. Dan?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Tom, right here, David, keep an old wallet for forever and offline and off computer phone. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Dan touch base on this one. Q, there you go, right here. That's correct. Yep. There is no issue to transfer access to a ledger control address, right? Yeah, that's right. It is not having no impact when the tokens will be invested and available for trading. That's correct. We are still developing the vesting protocols. You will receive some notifications on how we're doing and the status of that, but we are working diligently to make sure that we do the proper testing, security, and procedures. So, Augusto, if you want to add anything about where we are on the vesting, that would be great for the members.
We will have actually we will have and we will communicate all news on the vesting program next week, right? The vesting infrastructure is ready to go. We are sharpening up the latest details on for users to interact with the vesting schedule, right? Let me read the latest question. There's no issue to transfer. No, absolutely. It won't have any impact, right? Because you will be able to access, we will provide many ways for you to access to the vesting schedule, right? So you will be able to access through the LODE wallet or using MetaMask or any other wallet solution.
Okay. Lori, that's correct. We don't have a monetary value showing in your wallet as of now, and that's okay. Augusto can elaborate on this too.
Yes, the idea is that with the vesting schedule, you will be progressively entitled to load balance in the very same amount of your LTC, right? So in time, you will be able to convert your LTC to load tokens on Avalanche, and then you will be able to see the monetary value of your holdings.
Thank you. And just for acknowledging purposes, we're going to tell Kevin that this is not the forum to discuss a little bit about the revenue streams, but gives me a good idea for another webinar and talk about revenue streams, pooling, staking, and whatnot. So we'll get back to this one in another time. This is for LTC stuff. Refreshing did it. Thank you, Lori. You're good. Grant, what's Grant? And Grant is, as you can see, Grant is behind the scenes. We'll have him in another show and tell in the AMN that we have. Grant, thank you for your support as always, and we all love you. He was the first load contributor, so you guys giving his big round of applause.
Yeah. Hey, Hum, I
Yes.
just want to add something about the refresh. Okay.
Yes.
When people want to exit out of their wallet, and right now we've got the logout button on the edit profile page, but really, if we just go to the little refresh icon, the little circle with the arrowhead in the top left there, and just click that refresh icon, the page refreshes right back to your 6-digit PIN page. It's a real quick, easy way to log out.
Larry, when I divide my total LTC, I get a figure. What does this value represent? So, Paul, can you make understand the question?
Oh, maybe what Larry's asking is, so he has X amount of LODE tokens, and he sees a value that's next to that. How is that value come to? So I believe that right now the pricing is all coming from Trader Joe. So it's the pricing that LODE tokens are selling for on Trader Joe.
Augusto?
I don't understand the question. I don't understand. I don't dividing the total LTC, my total LTC. So the balance.
So, Augusto, what Larry, I think what Larry is asking is that when he looks in his wallet, he sees that he has 10 LODE tokens, and he sees a value next to it of, say, $50. So what he's asking is,
all right.
What does that value represent? And
It
as
should
far as
represent the monetary value of your position, but for the LODE token, not for the LTC.
Yeah, for the LODE token, and that is the price that's been fed from Trader Joe.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So we can elaborate more, Larry, if you reach out to us and see what we can do. This one here, staking is coming. Yes, Dave, is coming. Investing. Learn tokens or micro rewards. Answering another question. How about AGX Syscoin? This is also another topic that we're going to discuss, and this has to do with the move from Syscoin to the Rolex network, and we will have another AMA for you guys, perhaps next week. I don't know. Raise your hand who wants to do another AMA for the Rolex system. Yay, let's have another one.
I think the communications around that are probably going to be ready by mid next week, and so it's around the corner, not too far away.
Yeah. Patrick says, I have LTCs on AVAX as well as AGX. I do not know what to do with the AGX. Well, if you have AGXs on the Avalanche network, you can trade them for AUX, for LODE. You can trade them for USDC. You can do some trading. And then Augusto, if you want to elaborate on this. Yeah.
Yes, the possibilities are you can either transfer or trade it. Keep in mind that AGX is backed by 1 gram of silver, right? So on the time that you are holding the balance, it represents, each AGX unit is representing 1 gram of silver, right?
Yeah.
But also if you're holding AGX on AVAX, you can go to Trader Joe and you can trade. So that's the difference. If you've got AGX on Avalanche, you can go to Trader Joe and trade.
Okay. So we have here Rick. I did it and got a new wallet. I did not close. Dan, would you like to address this?
Okay, so it sounds like you've generated a second set of 12 words, is what it sounds like to me here. And you don't want to generate a second set of 12 words. And, so basically close the tab and retry the wallet again. And, use you're logging in and you're restoring. So, the current wallet kind of does make you jump through a couple of hoops to do that. But, those are the two main points I would suggest.
Okay. Joyce, if you could send screenshots. Yeah, we're going to encourage you to have encourage you to have the one-on-one so we can really handhold you and guide you. But the other thing is that we're going to release this one on a replay, and for you to see as slow and as many times as you need to. But certainly, I encourage you to reach out to support so we have a nice one-on-one conversation with you and get you set up. Mike, what Mike says, so I can log into my old wallet. By old wallet, you mean your old 12 words? Yes, you can restore your 12 words into lodewallet.com, but that's what I understand.
So what I'm reading here is something I've been encountering is that, if people get a chance and they're confused about their 12 words, if you can log back in to your previous wallet, probably LODE app, wallet or something like that, LODE Pay maybe, and so it involves trying to get back into an old wallet and then go to settings and security and try and see your 12 words. The problem is the apps have not been maintained in 6 months, and we've been noticing there's been a bit of trouble getting back into the old app. So it's not all lost, okay? But really now that's a message into support to give you a hand with that.
David Lay, yes, they can be traded on Trader Joe or in the wallet. In the wallet, you go to Home, you go to Trade, and then you go to you sell. What do you want to sell? You want to sell AGX, okay? And then you say, okay, I have three AGXs to trade. You go to what do you want to buy? I want to buy gold with it, and it's going to tell me that much, and review the order and place the order. That's how you trade your AGX and UX. You can do the same for USDC, for low tokens, etc. So you can do that. Next one is Thomas Halapats. As you can see here, success, place order. Now I traded AGX for AUX, but I could have traded for USDC, but I don't want to. The reason why we're moving low tokens of Hyperledge to make them sellable. That's right. Thank you, Thomas. Grant, Grant says, Grant, you can access your towards. That's correct. Mike, I can restore and make the vault active with the original seed phrase. So what should I do? Reach out to support, Mike. I guess we really need to handhold you on this one and get you all up and running. Dan, what do you think? Should do that, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's the odd member that has deeper issues. For the most part, 90% of people can just follow the tutorial on how to set up, for existing members on how to set up their lodewallet.com. And 90% of them, no problem. There's the odd one that they do need to reach out. But for the most part, if you can do it, great. Otherwise, let us know.
Yep. So we have here Andres. How can we know there is not a problem with our data?
Well, I would suggest there that you log into whatever wallet you have, and you go to settings, and in the far right is app info, and you check the version of the wallet that you have. And if it's below 3.4.114, right, then you need to update your wallet.
Yep. Joseph, no worries. We have a recording and we'll circulate it. Thomas, thanks for attending. This is Thomas Jalapas, our VP of Business Development.
Thanks, Tom. That's great.
We'll do our best to educate you. There are hundreds of great videos on YouTube. That's correct. That's right. Thank you, Tom. David, don't use apps, use website. Thank you. That's right. Grant.
Grant's in the room.
All load tokens are currently in the Hyperledger and transition to Avalanche at the end of June. I'm looking for other questions. Yes, I want another one. Basically, missed this one. Reply this when trading. Okay, let's see this one here. John, when trading one coin to another, like AUX or your AUX, does that make a taxable event in the USA? I don't know. What we always say is that you have to take advice from your accountant, because every region, every state, every province has different tax laws. So I guess that's my question. Paul, I don't know if you have any other answer to that.
No, I mean, actually legally, we're not allowed to answer tax questions. So we can only refer you to your accountant.
And I guess legally and certified, and we don't have any knowledge also of tax laws. So
yeah, exactly.
David Grant will disagree. You can always support and search. I'm looking for another question. Okay, right here. Mark, I got asked to enter 12 words every time. Okay. So I have an answer for this. Okay, so it's very common that you're operating on the incognito or private browsing. If you do that, every time you log off your browser, it deletes all the cookies, all the history. So that is going to prompt you to re-enter your words every time. The other reason is that you're logging off and wrong way. I'm going to show you how to log off without losing your words. You go to your profile, and if you really need to log out, that's what you do. Go to profile, go to log out. Are you sure you want to log out? Yes, I want to log out. And then reset wallet. No, you choose no. You say yes, then the 12 words will be released, deleted, and you'll have to restore. So you choose no. So this is for you, Mark. Click no when you're logging off, and when you click no, you're logged out now. But when you log in, the only thing do is just go and log in, and I'll need to enter my 12 words and 2FA whatnot. But that's how you log out of your system, Mark, without having to restore your 12 words.
So something else is that it's quite possible that you've got a setting, on your browser that is clearing cache and cookies, every day, and that'll make you have to put your 12 words in. Or it could be outdated software, or it could be a corrupted wallet, or right. And
It's
so
several
it's
things,
not
yeah.
normal. It's not normal to have to keep putting in your 12 words. So it gets into just a little bit of investigative work to find out what's going on. And for the most part, we're able to solve those.
And some members also have cookie blockers, so that's another one, right?
Yeah.
Or cookie deleted. So it's a number of reasons, but the most common is that one that we share with you, private browsing, or the other one. David is suggesting do not sign out. The only thing you need to do is just close
Do
the
the little
tab,
refresh.
close the
Or
tab,
do the
or do
little
a refresh.
refresh.
Yeah.
Just do the little refresh, and that just puts you to the 6-digit PIN page.
Yeah. Let's see another question. Joyce, okay, Joyce. I think on the deeper issue we search into as well. No worries, Joyce. This is Joyce. This is our job. We need to help you to get you across. Thanks. I logged out, David. I'm looking for more questions. I suspect this is a taxable. I'm selling a huge LTC there. Oh, this one here. Okay. LTC is directly tradable right now. We are working on a tutorial where Citric, our French community ambassador, is going to guide us on how you can buy and sell LTCs in the community. So we'll get that to that AMA and that tutorial sooner or later.
But just to be clear on that, so the LTCs are tradable between members.
Correct. Correct. Olga right here. Okay. That's correct. That's correct. Olga, the AGX are not tradable right now. However, there are ways for this. We can get back to that in another AMA. That's correct. Thanks. I think we reached the end of our Q&A. There is no more questions. This Joseph is asking about this one. Is the price of LODE coin directly tied to the price of silver?
So I'll add this if I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, we used to be on the bonded curve, and it was tied to the price of silver. So as silver fluctuated, the price of the LODE token fluctuated along with it. And then, of course, the only future for LODE assets was live market. So we did, a transition over to live market, Trader Joe. And now it's the live market that is actually dictating the price of LODE. It's no longer tied to the price of silver. AGX and AUX is tied to the price of gold, but that's the relationship there.
Okay. Thank you. Paul, Dan, I think we reached the end. I think that's it. Oh, there's one more that is coming through. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay, I'll answer that.
Go ahead then.
So we've always referred to them as LODE tokens, and I see this in the form. Really, the LODE founder tokens are LODE tokens. And so you're basically just putting in the amount of LODE tokens that you have, because it's asking you if you have any and how much, how many you have. And so we apologize if there was any confusion there.
Yep. So we have here
Okay.
Dragon, we're working on it. There will be some announcements coming. We have a great opportunities on the table for this, and we'll get back to everybody on an update on where we are with credit cards via a communication. Dan, probably is a good idea for a comms.
Yeah,
okay.
Actually, we are already working on that, and we have a new team member, fantastic person, and extremely qualified. And so I'm excited to work with this person.
Okay. So people saying goodbye, and I think everything is looking great. I guess we say your goodbyes. I think everybody is saying goodbye. David Late, thank you. Good to have you and being a part of the very active round of community ambassadors. We appreciate your help, man. Travis, Olga, David, you're welcome, guys.
Yeah. Moving forward, we're going to be doing this. I think is going to be a good format for us to get information out to the community. And, the goal is, as I indicated at the beginning, is to divert traffic from the inbox to AMAs, because it's an opportunity to, address important questions at a community level. So thank you, everyone.
Any last comments?
No, just please, if you've got any questions, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people out there that still have a lot of questions and a lot of concerns. So please utilize us, reach out to support, and we will contact you and walk you through the process.
Yep. And how do you become an ambassador? I take that most of you guys are on Telegram chat groups, and we will be releasing some badge system to reward and grant the ambassador title to those of you that are actively supporting members. So we will have another round of communications in AMA about how to become an ambassador. And this is a great project because it's going to allow you guys to provide answers and help to other members like yourself that are having issues. If you do that consistently, we will give you a badge and there will be some rewards. So thank you guys for all your support.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I'm going to end the stream. You can stay on, Paul, and I'm going to end the stream, and we can have a recap. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Goodbye.